All right. All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Good morning. This is another episode of Morning Momentum. My name is Matt Beard. If you guys are just tuning in for the first time, I am a real estate investor. We own a real estate investing company out here in Phoenix, Arizona. We buy properties here. We actually buy properties nationwide. We only fix and flip in Phoenix, though, which is a ton of fun. It's kind of given me the framework of building these businesses. In addition to real estate investing, we own a virtual staffing company, VA Hub, where we provide skilled, affordable labor for small businesses so you can start outsourcing the things that is taking your time so your business can grow. Very, very, very important. I'm a big believer in it. Actually, it's like the framework for everything that I talk about. I talk about virtual assistants like every single day on my YouTube channel, my Facebook, and how important it is so you can start delegating tasks so you can focus on the higher dollar activities. So if you don't know what a virtual assistant is, or if you're thinking, man, I need some help in my business, go to vahub.com and we'll connect you with one of our team members, learn more about your business and what you're hoping to do, and see if we could be a good fit. So guys, this morning we are talking about tactical development. So this week has all been about how we can better ourselves, but tactically, right? Not just doing things to do them. Me personally, I don't just not very often do I just read a book just to read a book. I always feel like there's certain areas of my life that I'm stuck in, right? And maybe you're here too. Maybe you've gotten to a certain point and you're like, well, I don't know what the next thing is, right? We see it in real estate where folks get their first deal and they're like, well, what do I do next? Right? Maybe you've gotten 3 deals and you're like, well, what do I do next? What's that next thing? And oftentimes, guys, it's we need to better ourselves, not the business, right? We can keep pouring money into our business. We can keep reinvesting because that's the mindset. That's what we were taught to do, right? We were taught to like make some money, put it right back in the business, make some money, put it right back in the business. But the business is only going to grow as far as you grow. So that's the purpose of this week. We've talked about being a go-giver. That was on Monday. Yesterday, we talked about Chris Voss's Never Split the Difference, which is all about communication, talking to people, understanding that basic human communication, basic connection element that is so important with all conversations that you have. And it will translate to every area of your life, right? Bringing value to other people. It'll help you be a better go-giver. It'll help you be a better negotiator. It'll help you be a better spouse, a significant other. It'll help you be a better leader within your organization. So today, what I want to talk about briefly on our morning momentum is something that really helped me get my business off the ground, help me like really start building, like going from just the foundation of the business to starting getting consistent, regular deals, right? That one thing besides just putting money into the business, reinvesting. We talked about profit first. If you guys don't know, I made a YouTube video on that. You can check it out on my channel. It's called Secure the Bag. But like beyond the numbers, one thing that absolutely changed everything for me and changed my life was definitely the it was networking with other people. So networking didn't just come natural to me, right? I'm not the kind of person, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not the kind of person that would just go and talk to a random stranger at a party, whatever. That's not my personality. Naturally, I'm kind of an introvert. Naturally, I'm kind of a person that will keep to myself unless like, hey, I know that person, or hey, that's a person of a person that I know. And then I can definitely outgoing. But for me, the one thing that changed everything was the power of networking. So you guys know this in Facebook, in our Facebook groups. You guys can see like within, our normal channels that we go through. If you're in real estate investing, it's Creative Finance with Pace Morby. If you're in the sub 2, obviously the sub 2 group, that's great for networking. But the one thing that changed everything for me was masterminding, right? So you've heard of this concept, but I was never really a big believer in, paying too much for a mentor. I never did. I never paid for a high-end coaching program. I never did those things. Like I was like, all right, well, there's a wealth of knowledge online. I'm gonna go learn that. And that may be true, right? There's plenty of things you guys can take on YouTube. Look, information there's information out there for everything. If you want to learn how to do something, there's definitely information for it. It's just like the time, right? So how can you package that information in a way that you can take action on it? So that's why the courses exist. That's why, access to people who are doing the business at a high level. That's why that exists, is because it's going to shorten that learning curve rather than taking 12 months to 24 months, or maybe 3, 4, 5 years to make some, big changes in your business. You can shorten that by networking and buying coaching programs and stuff like that. But I never went that route. But what I did do was I joined a mastermind, and that mastermind changed everything. Cause number one, you had to pay to play at a mastermind, right? So typically the best ones are the higher dollar ones, because you'll know the folks that you're networking with, like, can be there, right? They're making something, they're making moves with their life and in their profession, and they're doing something, right? If they feel the need to join a mastermind to network with other high performers, right? So that changed everything. I joined a mastermind, and right away when I went to the first event, I was able to, it was a smaller group because it was expensive. It was $7,500 to join this mastermind. And as soon as I went, I got value immediately. I was, talking to people who were in different industries, but how can I provide value to them? It's like, oh, well, great. I know, if you have a business, you need to get leads. And the one thing that I know is you need to get a virtual assistant, right? That's my value. Hey, how can I help set you up on this? Hey, how can I give you the framework behind it? And for them, it's like, Matt, let's work together. Let's do this. Let's do that. But the main thing was, we were networking in an environment where it was just high performers. And I didn't have to go talk to every single person at the party, right? There was not 400 or 500 people I had to network with that, you guys know, with your friends, family, and most folks you talk about, they talk a big game. They don't take any action on it though, right? But when you shorten that and get into a smaller group, you're with people that are doing the business at a high level. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is, become acquaintances with all these people, and your business is going to absolutely explode. And opportunities are going to come from areas that you had never thought that there was going to be opportunities there, just by, spending a little bit of money, putting yourself out there and networking with other people. So that changed everything for me, because you guys know, your network is your net worth, right? So the cliche saying, but it takes so long to build trust with folks at that are doing the business at a high level. So if you're starting out and you're like, well, I don't know what value I'm going to bring, I don't know what I can do. Look, your time is the most important thing. How can you help that person with their cause? By donating your time and being willing to give while you learn, right? So number one, I recommend you guys that are watching this on playback, go find somewhere where you can join a meetup, but not just a meetup, a mastermind where you have to pay to be there, because it weeds out a lot of people who aren't that serious, and you can start networking with folks that are actually doing something, right? And just by the nature of it, all of a sudden you're in the cool crowd, right? It takes so long to build that network, build that trust with folks that are already in here, and you're like, I don't know what value I'm going to bring. It takes so long to build that trust to where they feel like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're cool. Let me introduce you to my other friends. Yo, you're cool. Let me introduce you to my other friends, right? Over and over and over and over and over. It just takes so long. But when you join a mastermind, it's like there's something to be said about when you join the mastermind and you're in this group of people and they're like, oh, well, they paid to be here. They must be doing something. And naturally, you're already cool. You're already in there. So it was a crazy mind shift for me, because I didn't want to pay for high-end programs or coaching programs. I was like, I'm going to learn I did it the hard way. I'm really hard-headed. I was like, I'm not going to do it. And yes, it worked. Yes, it took me a little bit more time, but it got me to a certain level, right? I was doing a little bit of business, but the thing that took me to the next level, right? We've talked about this being a go-giver and obviously never split the difference being able to communicate, is I was not getting better. My business wasn't getting better. My communication skills were just pretty much plateaued, stopped right there, because I wasn't willing to push myself. And I found that when I joined masterminds and I was paying money to be there, all of a sudden I became cool, right? All of a sudden my network opened up and I was talking to folks that are in all different industries, but hey, they saw me as someone that maybe they want to work with, and that just by naturally being in this mastermind, we're on the same wavelength, if that makes sense, guys. So the action item for today, if you're watching this episode and you're playing it back, go find somewhere where you can network with people who are doing the business at a high level, but you have to pay to play. And if you don't have the money to spend to pay to play right now, then you should be grinding anyways. You should be heading to dirt, just making stuff happen. Whatever it takes to make some money, right? Generate revenue for your business. And then your first investment is, yes, you're going to put back some to marketing. Profit first, you have your operating expenses, but put that money aside. But maybe rather than paying yourself, this may be insane, but maybe rather than putting all the rest of that money in your pocket, put it back into a mastermind, put it back into somewhere where you're going to be around a bunch of people who are doing the business. And that is going to help you explode from, not like, if you're in real estate investing, that turns into JV opportunities. It turns into connecting other people with folks within your network, and you getting, some sort of emotional income as well on that. It turns into just more opportunities within your business, connecting with more salespeople. It turns into leverage. There's so much that can happen with joining these. I'm a big believer. You call it a mastermind, you call it a club, you call it a small group, whatever you want to call that thing. But as long as that's like a pay to play deal, people take it very, very, very serious, and you will too. And those relationships that you build in there is going to bring a tremendous amount of opportunities within your business in a short period of time, right? And these people who have demonstrated that they're going to be in this business realm for a long time, so they're worthwhile to have those relationships and bring value. Like, I know like with realtors, a lot is talked about, like, client appreciation. Like, I love just business to business appreciation. The folks that we do deals with, hey, how can I serve you? I'm going to send you, something like some sort of appreciation gift. Let's go do an event. I was just talking to Pace about this, like, putting together some more so not only just client appreciation events, but just like other business professional appreciation events that we appreciate doing business with you and we value you at a high level. And that all starts with networking and finding people who are already doing it and showing your value. And one of the greatest ways, if you're getting started out and if you don't have the credibility, find something where you have to pay to play, so people take you a little bit more serious, right, when you're just getting started. So it'll fast track everything. It changed everything for me, guys. I hope you can take some value from this today. Find a mastermind. There's so much stuff out there. It doesn't matter if you're a realtor. If you're a realtor, I highly recommend WGR. Colton Lindsay is a great friend of ours. He really, really, really brings it at his 2 masterminds a year. I recommend that one if you're a realtor, or just like in the professional real estate realm, or hell, anyone. Like, you can even be in wholesaling and go to that one. Like, it's not just real estate. It's not just traditional real estate. It's like wholesome developing as a human being. So big believer in the WGR mastermind. There's Investor Fuel. Obviously, Pace has a mastermind. There's so many, but the main thing is I would pick just that maybe 1 or 2 that you can afford to join, and just focus on the relationships in that mastermind. So go ahead and start taking action on that, guys. You got to put yourself out there, right? You have to start building this network of folks, because your network is going to be what you fall back on. If things don't work out, like, let's just say if you're marketing and you're trying to get listings, or if you're trying to go direct to seller for wholesaling, what happens when you're not getting any direct to seller like leads or getting any direct to seller deals? If you have a strong network, you're always going to bring in revenue to your business by referrals, by JV opportunities, right? It's like so much stuff just by having folks that have your back, just because they know that you bring value to their lives too. So I recommend doing that as soon as you can, guys. Start taking action on it. This is Morning Momentum, tactical development, all about networking, all about joining a mastermind. So take action on it, guys. If you got some value from this video today, look, I appreciate everyone who watches. I've seen some emails come through from the folks who've been checking out these lives. I appreciate you all tremendously. We're getting some subscribers on YouTube, which is a ton of fun. I just want to make sure that I'm providing as much value as I can when we come on these lives. So if you like this, please like it. Please share it with some friends and family if you did get some value. And I want you to consider, if you haven't already, go check me out on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. It would be a huge, huge, huge help, so we can continue to do where we want to go. So guys, thank you for checking this out. Hope you have an amazing hump day, and let's go out there and crush it. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.